Hey everybody, it's Dr. Liz here, and I'm hoping you guys are having a great ending to your first week. And yesterday, I posted a list of different ways that you can receive support in this course. I've said in my replies to some of your discussion posts that I 100% understand how challenging this course can be, and really want to do my darndest to make sure that you have everything that you need in order to be successful. And so I posted a list yesterday, and I thought today I should follow up with just a quick video to give you a visual kind of where all those tools are and how to best use them, because week 2 is where, the real action's going to start here. We're going to start the beginning to your first paper, or to your final paper, I should say. And, the work and the homework for week 2 is when you really start delving into topics that are going to be related to your final exam, which you'll have, of course, in week 8. So I'm going to start here on module 2 on this week's assignments. And I am going to start with the Milestone 1 and with where you can get some information about more in-depth information, I should say, about that Milestone 1. So if you click on this entry in our learning space, it will give you, and then you click on Milestone 1 guidelines and rubric. It tells you the questions you should answer, along with formatting requirements for the paper and the way that it's going to be graded. I know for some people that can be a lot to digest, so I tried to take the same information and break it down for you a little bit more in kind of a video format. So where you will find that is if you go to our course menu here at the top, and you go to discussions, and go to the 2-2 final project Milestone 1. Right now, my entry is the only one, so that's why it's at the top of the discussion post, but it might be lower, by the time you actually get a chance to go there in case other people have added some things. But look for the one that has my name on it. And when you open it up, you're going to see two things. You're going to see a sample final paper. So this is a paper that was written by a colleague of mine who is gracious enough to share. Kind of gives you an idea of how the final paper is laid out. So you got an idea of how long it should be, about how long each section should be. So you've got a good idea kind of what you're in for here for the next 7 weeks. Or I guess it's really 6 weeks. And then there's another document above it that says Milestone 1 Resources. And I've provided a few different things in here. So there are some resources. Anything that's in green is only for those of you guys who pick specific articles. So you're going to notice here at the top that I said only if you chose the early life misfortune article, watch this video, please. Over the terms, I've definitely found some patterns in the types of problems that come up and questions people have, and very much those questions and issues relate to which article you've chosen. So I'm trying to head off any problems early by giving you some, information that could clarify some confusing things early on. Anything that's in yellow is stuff that everybody should take a look at, because it's very important stuff related to the overall Milestone 1. Including me outlining how the Milestone 1 fits into the final paper. I've also given you a more detailed breakdown of, if this is your first academic paper and you don't even know where to start as far as reading your research article and, breaking it down and figuring out how to make sense and extracting the information that you need for the Milestone 1. I've done a video to show that. And then every paper, according to the rubric, is going to be graded based on using APA citation and formatting guidelines. So I've provided some links to help you with that too. Believe me, I know it's tough, especially since they update APA every so often it's really hard to keep those rules straight. So these are just some resources to help you with that as well. So this paper gives you a lot of information. Please, please, please take a look at what is offered here before you begin your paper, because I think it'll really be helpful to give you some information and keep you from making some common goofs that I see happen, over the many terms that I've taught this class. So after the milestone 1, the next thing I'd like to show you is the extra ways that you can get help for the homework assignment. And last week was mostly vocabulary. This week is the week where really doing the math really starts to happen. You're going to have actual problems to solve. And so I'm going to show you some resources. I provide you for help with that too. So I have here a sample version of what the student view of your homework looks like. Hopefully you've already watched the video where I have shown you that you can use the check your work feature in SmartBook, but just in case you haven't, I'm going to go ahead and remind you that here. So this is actually problem number 1 from your homework, and you're going to notice, and I put this in the announcement, but just in case we didn't see that, there is a misprint in this very first problem, which I don't know why they still haven't changed this yet, because it's been that way for a while. So you'll notice the table up here talks about vehicles, but then when it asks you to construct a stem and leaf plot, it says weight down there. Okay, so that is a misprint. It should say vehicles just like the rest of it. Just FYI. So, but let's say, so I'm going to answer the very first blank right here where it says STEM unit. I'm gonna type in an answer, and you'll notice that as soon as you type anything into the blanks, that this check my work button highlights. So at any point, you can submit your answer, click check my work, and it'll tell you whether or not what you did is correct. And so that you can see whether you're right as you're working on it. So let's say you get something wrong, and you're like, oh, snap, I can't figure out what I did wrong. I have provided for you. I'm going to go back to our Module 2 here under Course Menu. Or actually, I don't even need to do that. I forgot. I can actually go right here, to 2 for Extra Help Discussion. So we're going to click that. And you're going to see that I have provided, there's another copy of those Milestone resources I already talked to you about. And then there's also another entry here that says Extra Help for Homework Week 2. And attached is this document that is a set of practice problems with videos included that explain examples very similarly related to the problems on your homework. So for example, here's another reminder where I said there's a mistake in the problem, that it should say something different, that it should say defects, instead of weight. And I've made videos to outline an example that is just like that. So I do that for every single weekly homework assignment. You will see at the top a link that provides something really helpful. I wish they still did it. SNHU used to do a weekly workshop where they would go over the topics that are covered in each week of the course. And they don't do that anymore, but they still have the recordings available on YouTube. So that's what is here at the top. That is a link to, kind of that workshop that they do where they cover all the topics that are discussed in Module 2, but in a slightly more user-friendly way. So I include that. And again, an example problem similar to the ones that you're going to see in the actual homework. So if you are working on your homework and you can't get the right answer, you've looked at that extra homework document, go ahead and please just hit save and exit right up here at the top, because you can definitely leave the work in the middle of it and come back to it. and email me ASAP. I do prioritize homework questions above everything else when I'm checking my email throughout the day. If I've got one question that can wait versus a homework question, I really try to answer those first because I know you guys have yourselves on a pretty, you guys got to stay on a strict schedule for when you've got your work time designated in your schedule. So, email me and say, hey, this is what I put for question number 3. Here's how I got that answer. Can you please help me figure out what I did wrong? And I will get back to you ASAP and help you figure that out. It's really important, though, to please make sure that you actually tell me, either you could send me a screenshot, is very helpful. You can send me a screenshot. And then more importantly, though, let me know how you got the answer that you did. If you just send me a picture of the wrong answer, that doesn't necessarily help me to help you to figure out where we went wrong. So please do not ever sit here, working on your homework. I've had students that, haven't reached out to me. Like they try to work on it themselves for like a couple hours and they get really frustrated and then finally email me. Like email me per question. It does not bother me if I get like 5 emails from you in a row, that's fine. Give me 5 emails in a row. But question by question, you can look and see your answer as you're working on it, looking at that extra help document. And, if you're still stuck, I do not want you to sit there forever trying to figure it out on your own, okay? That is what I am here for. So hopefully this helps you a little bit to kind of see a visual about the things that are available to you. And again, I look forward to just seeing you guys develop yourselves as statisticians this week. And please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know how I can help you. Have a great day.